I want you to imagine for a moment that your life is a journey through a vast and unknown landscape. Now ask yourself, with brutal honesty, what is your vision like? Can you see the path ahead, the distant mountains, the clear horizon? Or is your entire world shrouded in a thick, disorienting and claustrophobic fog? This is not just a metaphor. This is the psychological state in which most men live. They are moving through life lost in a dense fog of their own untamed emotions, of confusing societal expectations, and of a deep, gnawing uncertainty. Their life is not a journey. It is a blind stumble. They react to whatever obstacle suddenly looms out of mist, living in a constant state of low-grade fear and confusion. This is the first and most common of the three visions of man. This is the life of the man in the fog. But there's another stage. This is the man who has found a way to dissipate the mist. He has acquired a powerful tool that gives him clarity and direction. He now holds a map. He can see the terrain. He can anticipate the obstacles, and he can chart a clear course toward his destination. He is no longer stumbling. He is navigating. He is a man of focus and purpose. And beyond even this, there is a final, transcendent state of being. This is the man who no longer needs to consult his map, because he has so deeply internalized his wisdom that he has become a part of the landscape itself. The fog may still swirl below, but he stands above it. He has become the mountain. He is an unshakable point of reference, a beacon of stability and clarity for all who are still lost in the valley below. Today, this is your guide to mastering your own vision. This is a masterclass in Stoic cartography. We will first diagnose the nature of the fog that is clouding your life. Then, we will give you the ancient tools and principles required to begin the great work, the process of crafting the map that will lead you out of confusion and into a life of profound clarity and power. Let us begin by dissecting the experience of the man in the fog. His life is defined by a lack of clarity. What is this fog made of? It is a toxic mixture of several things. It is comprised of his untamed emotions, the mist of anxiety that obscures his future, the red haze of his anger that blinds him to reason. It is woven from the confusing and contradictory messages of society about what a man should be. And it is thickened by the smoke of his past traumas and his limiting beliefs. In this state, he cannot see the truth of himself or the world around him. Life in the fog is a life of reactive fear. Because he can only see a few feet in front of him, every step is tentative. He is terrified of the unknown obstacles that lurk in the mist. This fear makes him indecisive in his career, hesitant in his relationships, and a follower in his own life. In his relationships, he desperately clings to his partner, hoping that she has a light, that she can guide him through the fog. He becomes a burden, another lost soul for her to guide, rather than a confident navigator she can trust. He stumbles into toxic relationships and poor decisions not because he is a bad man, but because he simply cannot see where he is going. The great Stoic truth is this: the fog is not an external weather condition. It is an internal climate. It is generated from within, and therefore, you are the only one with the power to clear it. If this feeling of being lost in a dense fog, of stumbling through your life without a clear view of the path ahead, is something you know intimately, then the simple desire for clarity is the first ray of sunshine. The commitment to find a map is a non-negotiable step toward your own liberation. You can make that commitment right now by subscribing to this channel. This is not just another voice in the fog. This is a cartographer's workshop, where we draw the maps that lead men out of confusion and into the clear light of their own potential. Join the expedition. The journey from being lost in the fog to holding the map is the first great ascension into a life of meaning. It is the process of becoming a student of wisdom. This is the forging of the map, and it begins with 3 fundamental cartographic principles. The first principle is to find your true north. You must first calibrate your compass. A map is useless if you cannot orient it to reality. Your compass is the Stoic dichotomy of control. The man in the fog is perpetually disoriented because he does not know the difference between himself and the terrain. He tries to will the fog to lift. He tries to command the hidden obstacles to move. He is fighting the landscape. The compass orients you. It gives you a fixed point. You are here. It teaches you that the only true north, the only direction you can ever truly influence, is the direction of your own choices, your own thoughts, and your own actions. Everything else, the fog, the terrain, the weather, is not you. The moment you understand this, the crippling disorientation begins to fade. You stop fighting the world, and you start navigating yourself. With your compass now calibrated, you must begin to draw the features of your own inner world. This is the act of drawing the borders of your principles. A map without clear landmarks is just a blank piece of paper. You must define the terrain of your own character. This is the work of defining your non-negotiable Stoic virtues. You must, in a time of quiet reflection, sit down and draw the map of your own integrity. What are the great mountains of your principles that you will not allow to be moved? What are the sacred rivers of your values that you will not cross for anyone? The man in the fog has no such map. His principles are vague and shifting, and so he constantly finds himself lost in moral swamps and ethical dead ends. The man who is forging his map takes the time to draw these lines clearly. He might define a mountain called honesty or a river called self-respect. By drawing these features, he gives himself a clear internal landscape. He now has landmarks to navigate by. When faced with difficult choice, he can consult his map and see which path aligns with the terrain of his own chosen character. Finally, a map with landmarks is still of little use if you don't know where you're going. You must plot your destination. This is your mission, your telos. It is a great X on the map that gives your entire journey its meaning. The man in the fog is just wandering. The man with the map is on an epic quest. Your destination is the vision you hold for the greatest version of yourself. It is the man you are striving to become, the empire you are trying to build, the great work you wish to accomplish. When you plot this destination on your map, every decision becomes a navigational choice. You can now ask a simple, powerful question of every opportunity, every relationship, and every challenge. Does this move me closer to my destination, or does it lead me astray? This is the ultimate tool for cutting through the fog of indecision. When a man has done this work, when he has calibrated the compass of his focus, drawn the borders of his principles, and plotted the destination of his mission, he is no longer lost. The fog of his own confusion begins to burn away under the clear sun of his own intention. He is now the man with the map. He is the navigator. He moves through the world not with fear and hesitation, but with clarity and purpose. He can see the terrain for what it is. He can anticipate the storms and the obstacles. He is no longer a victim of the landscape. He is a student of it. This newfound clarity is a source of profound confidence. It is a powerful, attractive force. He is a man who knows where he is going. But the man with the map, for all his incredible skill and vision, is still dependent on his tool. His eyes are often fixed on the map, on the path, on the next step. He is still a traveler through the world. The final ascension is not about becoming a better map reader. It is about so deeply internalizing the wisdom of the map that you become the terrain itself. It is a journey from holding the map to becoming the mountain. We have left our traveler at a pivotal moment in his great journey. Through immense effort in the application of timeless principles, he has achieved what most men believe to be impossible. He has escaped the disorienting and claustrophobic fog of his own confusion. He is no longer stumbling blindly through life. He now stands as the man with the map, a skilled and purposeful navigator of his own destiny. He holds in his hands the priceless chart of Stoic wisdom. He has his compass of control, the borders of his principles, and a clear destination in his mission. He is a man of clarity, of agency, of power. He can anticipate obstacles. He can navigate challenges, and he commands a level of respect that the man in the fog could never comprehend. This is the noble stage of the prince, the duelist, the captain of his own ship. It is a state of profound competence. But the wisest of travelers knows that every map has its limitations. The journey to true, unshakable mastery is not yet complete. The man with the map, for all his skill, now faces a new, more subtle set of challenges that can keep him from his final ascension. First, there is the burden of navigation. The navigator's life is one of constant, conscious effort. He must always be consulting his map, checking his compass, and calculating his next move. His discipline is a tool he must actively wield. His virtue is a rule book he must consciously follow. While effective, this can be an exhausting way to live. He is at peace when his navigation is successful, but he is not yet in a state of innate, effortless peace. Second, there's the fear of losing the map. The navigator's confidence is derived from his tool, his philosophy, his system. He can become rigid, dogmatic, even brittle. He may become fearful of situations that are off the map, moments of true, unpredictable chaos that don't conform to rules he has learned. His system is designed to navigate the storm, but he secretly fears a storm so great that it might rip the map from his hands, leaving him lost once more. His strength is in his system, not yet in his soul. Finally, there is the solitude of the traveler. The man with the map is on his own heroic journey. He is moving through the world, passing through landscapes. While admirable, this can create a sense of separation. He is a visitor, an observer, a navigator passing through, but he is not yet a fundamental part of the terrain itself. This is what calls a man to the final, most profound ascension. The journey is no longer about becoming a better map reader. It is about so deeply internalizing the wisdom of the map that you no longer need to read it. It is a journey of becoming the landscape itself. It is the great work of becoming the man who is the mountain. This final transformation is not about learning a new technique. It is about cultivating a new way of being. It is achieved through three final, deep excavations of the self. The first is a shift from knowledge to embodiment. The man with the map knows his principles. The man who is the mountain is his principles. This is the arduous but beautiful process of moving from conscious competence to unconscious competence. Through thousands of hours of practice, of making virtuous choices over and over again, the laws on the map become etched into your very soul. You no longer have to try to be courageous. Your natural, ingrained response to fear is courage. You no longer have to force yourself to be temperate. Your immediate impulse in the face of chaos is calm. Your virtue is no longer a set of rules you follow. It is the very essence of who you have become. This is the state the great martial artists speak of, a state of no mind, where the perfect action flows from you without conscious thought. This is true mastery. The second excavation is a shift from a personal mission to a transcendent purpose. The man with the map uses his skills for his own journey, to reach his own destination. This is a noble and necessary stage. But the mountain does not have a destination. The mountain is a destination. The man who ascends to this stage begins to understand the Stoic concept of sympathia, the profound interconnectedness of all things. He realizes that his personal journey is a small part of a much larger landscape. His purpose expands. He shifts from self-service to service of the whole. He is no longer just building a ship for himself. He is becoming a landmark for other travelers. His wisdom is no longer just his private map. It becomes a lighthouse, shining a beacon of clarity and stability for others who are still lost in the fog. He embodies the Jungian archetype of the wise old king, who rules not for his own glory, but for the flourishing of the entire realm. He finds his deepest meaning not in his own success, but in his contribution. The third and final excavation is the ultimate embrace of reality. It is the shift from navigating the weather to becoming the mountain that endures it. The man with the map prides himself on his ability to navigate the storms of life. The man who is the mountain has transcended the need to navigate. He has built himself upon the unshakable bedrock of a more fatty, the love of one's fate. He accepts the totality of existence. The fog, the sunshine, the blizzards, the gentle rains. He understands that these are all temporary weather patterns upon the eternal surface of his own being. He is not disturbed by the emotional storms of others, because he is the mountain. He is not broken by the earthquakes of tragedy, because he is the bedrock. He has achieved the ultimate goal of the Stoic philosopher, apatheia, a profound state of tranquility that is not dependent on whether the seas are calm or raging. His peace is unconditional because he has become one with the unchangeable nature of reality itself. And what does this man, this final architecture of the soul, look like in the world? His presence has a palpable gravity. It is a quiet, solid, and deeply calming force. He does not need to speak of his strength. It is felt. He is the most grounded man in any room, not because he is heavy, but because he is so deeply rooted in his relationship. He is the ultimate anchor, the ultimate safe harbor. His partner does not just feel safe with him. She feels a sense of profound peace in his presence. She can unleash the full force of her own emotional storms, her fears, her frustrations, her joys, knowing she is doing so at the base of a mountain that will not be moved, that will not judge, and that will still be there when the storm passes. He is not threatened by her freedom or her power. He is a stable landscape upon which she is free to be her complete self. The journey of a man's life is a journey of an architect, a navigator, and finally, a force of nature. We begin as a man in the fog, lost and reactive. Through discipline and the pursuit of wisdom, we earn the clarity of the man with the map. And through even deeper work, through embodiment and acceptance, we can achieve the profound and unshakable peace of the man who is a mountain. This is the path. It is a journey from blindness to clarity, and finally, to a state of being that is the light itself. It is the ultimate expression of masculine potential. Which part of this landscape are you in today? Are you still finding your way out of the fog? Are you skillfully navigating with your map? Or are you beginning the great work of becoming the mountain? Let us know in the comments below. Your self-awareness is a first step on any new journey. If you are committed to this path, to the great work of building a life of unshakable character and profound peace, then join this community of architects and navigators. Subscribe to the channel, and let us continue this journey together.